Today we're going to look at the 2012 Olympics and in particular the underpinning leadership agenda. One of the things that is very important is the legacy that's left after the Games are finished. Now, to explore this leadership agenda is Dr. Veronica Burke. Now, Veronica, you've made a special study of elite sports and how they relate to organisations and practicalities too. So tell me some more about the Olympics, the plans that are being created to leave a legacy and how they're working out in practice.
Well, Steve, there's a robust legacy document that's been produced that has 4 cornerstones to it, 3 of which relate fundamentally to increasing levels of physical activity amongst the UK population. And I think a lot of people would say that that's a very aspirational objective and one which a lot of people would agree with, I think. But of course, one of the difficulties around that agenda is actually being able to turn that into reality. So there have been many attempts to increase levels of physical activity amongst the UK population, of course, up to this point, and many of which have not been very successful. So I think there is some concern about how the legacy is actually going to play out in practice. There was actually a survey last week, 2/3 of people thought that the Olympics would have no effect or little effect on their local community. So time is running out.
Now, there's some specific strategic and leadership approaches that you can use to help embed plans into practice. Tell me some more about those.
The issues facing the organisers of the Olympics in terms of the legacy in many ways mirror those of organisations. So having a good strategy, in this case a legacy, of course is one thing as a result of some of the well thought out thinking that's gone on in the business. But actually turning that into something that sticks, that people within the organisation can really understand their role in, is another issue altogether. And so this mirrors very much the issues facing the Olympic organisers in delivering the legacy. So how will they engage people with the agenda that is in the legacy? And how are they going to actually measure that?
Now, there's some specific techniques that you've identified that help put the legacy into reality. Tell me some more about those.
Well, one particular technique that might be quite appealing to those trying to deliver the Olympic legacy is a technique called nested thinking, where short-term goals are embedded in medium-term objectives, which are embedded in a much larger strategy. And that process is part of a reflective loop, so that actually you can readjust those goals as you go along. And this kind of technique is used a lot by elite athletes and coaches when they're planning for major championships. And so it may be quite appealing to the Olympic organisers as a mechanism for delivering the legacy.
Now, if you were to make a judgment about how successful this is going to be, we've heard from other people saying they don't think there'll be a legacy. What's your view?
I think that the legacy is an aspirational one that many people would agree could be realised, but so far there's little progress being made. And so I think what we would say is that the legacy needs to be embedded in a much longer developmental strategy for increasing levels of physical activity in the UK.
So in short then, Veronica, it's all very well having lofty aspirations, but really the bottom line is you've got to deliver.
Absolutely.
Thank you.